We've given him the opportunity. We've given him the platform. Wait your turn bro. You can't go out on loan, grinding out to come back to Arsenal to then just want to leave after your first hurdle, bro. Come on, man.
Cool. Let me ask you this then. Like, obviously, as a young player, it's all about minutes, right? If you're Balogun, not that you don't want, like you said, adjustments are expectations are adjusted going from Arsenal to Reims, but you're playing week in, week out. Nothing, you're playing in serious competitions, serious games. Would you want to go back and sit on the bench? On one hand, yeah, you can fight for your spot, but would you want to go sit on the bench, or would you go somewhere you can play?
That's what I said. It's unrealistic. You can say like fight for your spot, but like let's be honest, Jesus is not gonna just get dropped like that. We all know what Jesus is.
But how do we know? How do we know that? But no, I just want that because we're doing this whole.
I don't know if
Hold on. I just want to ask.
How Balogun's general play is not there. Go on.
Because everyone's doing this. Oh yeah, like I wanna rebuttal this. So I'm just asking, how do we know that? Like we don't know. He might play on the left. He might play on the right. He might be the backup for Sam. I'm just saying we don't know what Arteta's plan is, bro. So when you man talk like, yeah, we know what's gonna happen. You gave the curveball that he might sell both of them, but I didn't even think of that. So like we don't know what this manager's thinking right now. So I'm just kind of like, everyone's doing the devil's advocate on the other side. I'm doing the other way. Like we don't know, innit? So
you're right.
But we have evidence in front of us to say that Jesus is his main man, and that's why Balogun is in France.
Because again, it's all about what you do without the ball as well.
That may change. You're right. That may change. But for the time being, listen, football is a short career. He might get an injury. Something might happen to him. We don't know. We can't just.
He might get the daily treatment like the game leaves him, and next young he might come on this season.
What you man are saying is, after one loan where he's proven that he can score some goals, that he's now going to go. After just one loan.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to go. Everything should be
Patino's going to go. That means Patino's going. If we're going to get another centre mid in, 100%.
Why are we bringing next man's name? Where's Patino coming to this thing, he'll go along. Patton, I'm willing to bet my left arm that he'll go along again.
He's going to go along. Brook North and Coffey's going to go because there's going to be 2 right backs, 2 left backs.
I don't think he'll make the grade at Arsenal, if I'm honest.
Okay, fair enough. So look, like what I'm saying is,
I hope to be wrong though.
What I'm saying is that means that no youth players, no young players. Basically we have to look at it and think, well, none of these players are going to possibly make the grade because we've already got a starting 11.
There's very different variables. For Brook, I think the next right back will come in. For Patino, I think he needs to go on loan again. We're going to be in the Champions with all the experienced centre mids. Balogun, I also think while it's about goals, it's about how you affect the game when you're not necessarily scoring. And I think his general play has improved, but it's probably not where Eddie's is at this moment in time. The same goes for Jesus. So these are kind of things you're working against, man.
Shout out to Visuals Media, bro. Saliba, prime example. Saliba,
and he did go on loan for 3 years. But he was under contract. He was under contract. Gabriel and Balogun saw his contract until 2025. We got 12 to 18 months to give Balogun a new deal, bro.
Man, you have to compare.
I didn't know that.
I don't know what we're gonna do. There might be an option of another year, but early 20s.
I didn't know that.
And if you're Balogun, are you in a rush to sign a new deal at Arsenal? Yeah, you might get a fat contract, but is it, the longer you let that deal run down?
Yeah, and not only that, but Saliba's looking at, again, you play 2 centre backs. You're looking at who's there right now. You got Mustafi,
Holding.
You got Mavropanos holding. You've got Socrates Papastopoulos. Like all these man, you're thinking, a couple of years, I could come and nab one of these spots. No, but like these men are like getting old a little bit. Like as much as I like him,
we had enough duds there.
Yeah, like so Saliba knows. Okay, and we know how highly he was rated even before he signed for Arsenal. Balogun's thing wasn't like that. Like Balogun's is a surprise now. Let's be honest. No one thought he's gonna go there and bag 15, 16 goals.
No one thought that about Harry Kane as well. No one thought about Harry Kane as well.
I agree with you.
But Harry Kane took 10 years, man. You have to take time with strikers, but we don't have time.
But again, who was Tottenham striker? That Soldado, bagging like 1 goal a year. So again, you look at
we don't have him tied down. For Balogun, we haven't got him tied down like that. Realistically,
I'm gonna check that though. Hold on, I'm gonna check that.
Bro, check it, because there might be an option of another year, but Balogun, we're gonna need to make a decision. All right, boom. Everyone here, forget all of that. Like this question says, Eddie versus Balogun, choose one. I'll go with Balogun because it's a bit of an unknown. One or the other.
I go with Balogun as well. Honestly, I think he's a better all-round player. Yeah. 2025
still. Yeah, I'll go and catch you, man. I think the the improvements that he's made, I think he can only get better, man. I think
to be fair, we have kind of seen it versus Balogun. For me,
for me, listen, you're doing it in a French league, bro. That league is dusty as well. I don't care what no one says.
Right, if this guy outscores Mbappe, we can't really be having that conversation.
I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, what I'm saying, as well with that thing.
Every man, all of us watched the Premier League. We watched all of our Arsenal games. We saw what Lacazette was doing last season. We saw it. I don't care what no one says. We saw what Lacazette was doing. He wasn't running. He would do these dumbass shots, bro. Like, remember that halfway line in the Europa League? He missed an open goal when he
playing defensive mid for a sec.
Washed, yeah. Now I'm seeing man blatting in shots from 30 yards. I'm seeing man running past.
There is a French league tax. The exchange rate ain't the same to a degree.
Horrible, yeah. And I'm telling you, I'm not discrediting what Balogun's doing in terms of skill-wise and finishing, but some of the time he's getting, he's getting a lot of penalties as well. Listen, credit to the guy, but what I'm seeing from Nketiah, improving in hold-up play, improvement in strength. No one's going to tell me that performance that he put in against Spurs away, world class. I don't care what no one's telling me nothing different.
Eddie's done his thing. He's jumped in and done his thing.
Improving it, and then. He's got 4. At the time, I think he had 4 goals in 5 games. Scored 2 goals against Man United, which is this world class, World Cup defense against De Gea as well, who's saving Man United every single week. I saw what he did yesterday in the FA Cup. So this is no mean feat what he's doing. I'm only seeing improvements, and he's doing it in the Premier League. And my last thing is, where are you going to get another striker that can come in and do what he does, knowing he's sitting on the bench? If Balogun's got problems now,
also true.
I don't want no more problems, bro. I'm calm. That's why I like Elneny, because he knows his role. That's why I like Holding, because he knows his role. I'm not saying I want to keep them, man, but I'm saying they know their role. That's my point.
Yeah, they do.
I agree with that.
Bench warmers.
They're bench warmers. Yeah, that's fine. But with Eddie Nketiah, bro, he comes on the bench, bro. Even when we saw the All or Nothing documentary, bro, he was like, brother,
sticking it on Lokonga,
bro, because my man was crying in that, bro. Like,
that's another name, man.
He's got the mentals for it, definitely. Like, you want to back Eddie, bro, because you can see that he's doing his best every single time, and he's since pre-season. We've seen when it was him and Jesus playing like up front together. That German team we played in
Nuremberg, bro.
They were cooking. I said, okay, cool. Like Eddie,
yeah, even in pre-season they were cooking.
Cooking, and I'm telling you,
I'd back Eddie because he has that year and a half extra on Balogun, that where Balogun hasn't really been in the setup like that. Not to say Balogun's ceiling might not be higher, 100%. But we've got Eddie here now, isn't it?
So the question didn't specifically say, because I said, like, look, he doesn't get in front of Eddie now, right? There are different stages of their career and stuff. But if I'm like to put my eggs in the basket for the like who is going to be the better player at the end of their career, that's why I said Balogun, right? Like,
honestly, I don't know. Things can change, man. I just think Balogun's a bit of an unknown entity. Eddie, I think he can improve, but to a degree, what you see is what you get. But like Leah said, I think the crucial point is Eddie's very realistic. He knows he's a bit of a sideman. If he gets his opportunity, he takes it, he runs with it. I do think them players are kind of hard to come by, really and truly. So
again, if we're being realistic, how you guys want to be, Jesus is only 25 years old. He ain't no old phony. Like he's not. There's not a huge disparity in age between the two players. So it's not like Balogun's going to come in and displace him using you guys as
no.
So for me, I'm taking the guy who I know is going to improve. I know he can do it in the Premier League. He gets goals. No matter what anyone wants to say, the guy gets goals. I'm not saying he's actual Arsenal quality, so I'm contradicting myself. I don't think he's actually.
I think everyone would agree with that. That's a fair point.
Quality, but I do think that he can come in and he's serviceable. He can do a job, and that's all I'm saying.
So Lokonga and Tavares.
He's won me over. He's been winning me over recently. There's still some frustration, but yeah, overall, like massively improving. Things, some of the pitfalls are like, he doesn't even get a shot on target. I mean, the game that we struggled, he had like 3 headers, couldn't get it on target. So there is some things that he still needs to improve on. I think in the next year or two, if it doesn't improve on those things, we get rid of him. But for now, he's doing the business. And as you said, as long as he knows his place in the team, then I'm all for it.
So where you lot with Tavares and Lokonga?
Sure.
I'll be honest. People aren't going to be happy with this one, yeah. But Tavares, I see something, man. I can't.
Me too.
I don't know what you see, man. I don't know what you might be seeing. It's a fair platform.
I see something, bro.
What is this, though? I need specifics. What do you see?
Raw talent.
First and foremost, the intangibles are there. Yeah, that's the first. I see
these buzzwords, man. Specifics.
What I'm lacking okay, a bit of football IQ could be, improved upon. I agree with that one. However, he is, as we were describing beforehand, what Lee was saying, an option. He's not Zinchenko. He's never going to be that techie guy. But I'm seeing a brother that can drive through midfields with no danger whatsoever. He can play a bit more forward as well. He's been doing so in Liga, in which, as we can all agree, Liga, and it's quite easy to go and bomb forward there. Like Hakimi plays right wing 99% of the time as well.
Yeah.
But listen, if Tavares as well, I want to back him because he seems like a nice guy. I'll be honest with you. He seems like a nice guy. First and foremost.
Nah, we don't need nice guys.
I don't need nice guys.
Emilian, you know what?
I thought you want your sister to marry a nice guy. For my football team, I want good footballers.
I'm not gonna lie, Emilian, I thought he was gonna be my brother here, but bro, you're hurting me, bro.
I don't know, man. Tavares got him on the payroll still. Them Twitches there, man. Them streamers there. I don't know.
Man played tricks with him last night.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know about Tavares.
Now I promise you, man. Come back to this. This is gonna be saved on YouTube. Yeah. Give me a year. Save this.
I want to be proven wrong, but I think we should take the money and run, man. I can't lie to you.
No, I back you. For me personally, I'd give him one more year, right? Like, let's play him in the Europa League. Yeah, let's play him in the Europa League. See what he can do.
We're going to be the champs next year.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Actually, now
I don't know about that. Chill, none of them evil spirits, man.
You see how well we've been playing this season that I'm even forgetting that we're not going to be in the Europa League next year. I mean, what I meant to say is group stage Champions League. Like, give him some game time in FA Cup, League Cup.
League Cup, you can do that. Group stage. After Mikel's taking Europa Series.
Wait, hold on. So one saying,
I like players. I know what they're doing. Tavares is a loose cannon. Some games it will help us. He's
but it's fun to watch though. A bit of chaos sometimes. You know.
But his chaos is mad, bro. He's scary.
That with Tierney's not going to make it at Arsenal because, yes, he might want to go, but we're going to trust Tavares. Nah.
Yeah, we need to go into the shopping window for that, man. Go buy something. Tomiyasu play left back before Tavares for me.
Listen, please, Arsenal, release me of the shackles of these dead players. I'm sorry.
What? Tavares right wing option they're saying. I hear that.
No.
I don't know what they're saying. I can't hear. I need a hearing aid then if that's what they're saying. I don't know about none of that.
I think it's the headphones lead. You still want them because that's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I don't know about none of that personally. So you might say for the Congo?
Please.
Unpopular opinion. I load him out again. I'm selling him for money
because you're not going to get a lot of bread for him right now anyway. So there's no point. There's no rush to sell him. So I hear that.
Year under Patrick. See what we can do, man.
On loan.
Please,
let's see what we're not in a rush.
Please release this team of the shackles of these dead players.
Congo versus Chelsea in pre-season.
But then you want to keep holding an El Nene.
No.
To be fair, El Nene, out of all the duds, El Nene can stay.
Okay, fine. El Nene can stay, but Holding needs to go as well, man.
Hold on.
Homegrown settings.
That's bad. I did not say once that I want to keep those two players. I just said that they know their role.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep Holding, please.
Okay, cool.
Vacate. Please, Nene. I like you. You're a good brother. Listen, good guy. But vacate.
I know. We just gave him a contract extension. I know. We can vacate that one.
No, I know. Listen, but I'm happy because you know what? The thing I like about Oneni is I actually don't mind what he does for his role, but I actually don't see what Holding does. I think he's just horrible. But for me, I'm just saying, yo, look, like, yeah, you're not good enough. Let's keep it moving, please. But it is what it is, man. Like,
I'm with you lot with that, man. Like, where you lot with Reece Nelson then, Carl?
Vacate, please.
I love you, bro, but it's not.
See, I'll give him a new deal, load him out. He's someone I don't want to break away from. I'm a hypocrite, but like, I think there's something in there, man. I think there's
Marquinhos, there's something as well. That very first Europa League debut, there was something there. So it's tough. Again, you're not going to get a lot of bread for him. So like, keep him around if he's comfy to try and work his way back in. And we saw versus Nottingham Forest at home. He done his thing. Like, fair play to you. Is he going to be that consistent guy that's going to bag you 10 goals, 5 assists? Maybe not. But we mustn't forget that there was a time where this brother was cooking more than Sancho. And
the problem is there's just too many dons here now, man. Trossard's coming and been bad luck to Nelson, another attacker.
Ainsley Maitland-Niles as well, another one.
Forgot about Don. He had a good game against Chelsea.
That's my superstar.
Murray.
Announced there's no space. Then there's space.
You said that's your superstar. That's your star boy.
I would love for Ainsley to have a role here, but it's looking a myth.
There's space.
Nah, dude, it's done.
It's looking. I mean, if Tierney leaves and you can do something at left back again,
Nah, dude,
who knows?
Left back can be a Partey replacement.
I don't know. We overdid it. I don't know. What are you not saying for Smith Rowe then? Because some people are saying sell him. I'm not with that.
I'd sell him as well. I think it's really unfortunate that he's had all these injuries.
After what he did last year, getting the number 10,
we can't be nice guys. We want to win. We want to be champions. We can't have this nice mentality to keep players just because.
I didn't say anything about Smith Rowe being a nice guy. The numbers, bro.
No. I mean, like he's a nice guy. As in, like Arsenal being the nice guy and like extending because Holding has been. Holding and Elneny has been professional, therefore we keep them at the club. I get the same vibe with Smith Rowe. That guy would be one of the big games.
He was on it. He's been injured, but we're getting amnesia now. Smith Rowe.
No. Honestly, I don't think if he's not playing week in, week out, I don't see why we keep him. Honestly, like there's so many other players.
As long as he stops the Nando's, like. Get back on the pasta and like vegetables.
So you guys literally go to Bukayo Saka's yard or Eddie's yard and get some proper food, and you're good again, man.
So you guys think that Smith Rowe is going to be a top player for Arsenal? I see.
He already is a top player for Arsenal. He already is when he's fit, and I'm willing to bet my left leg that Mikel Arteta will integrate him. He just needs to stay fit. Of course, if he persists with these injuries, it's peak for him, but. Let's not forget what my man was doing, carrying this team when it wasn't rosy like this, when it was just him and Saka, really and truly. Even when he was on the bench being a super sub. Let's respect Emile Smith Rowe a little bit.
I think the thing.
Yeah, there is respect, but there's also longevity, right? Like I'm not saying he's a bad player. I rate him and I appreciate what he did last season. I'm just looking at it realistically.
The man's in his early 20s, bro. That's Mr. Longevity, fam.
No, if he continues getting injured and he doesn't get playing time, then cheers, man.
Don't know, my guy.
It's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed it thoroughly. I would love to have stayed longer, but sadly.
No, man, go do your thing, man. We'll get you on next time. Before you bust, let them know where they can find you again, man.
Yeah, YouTube, Amenya, Twitch, Amenya, IG, Twitter, just type it in. The links, I'm sure, will be in the video. Much love. Appreciate it a lot.
Appreciate it.
Cheers, man.
Man. Safe.
Come on.